So, all my life, I've been told the story about how I came into the world. My mom had my brother at 15, and she had my sister at 20. So, by the time she became pregnant with me, she was pretty much tired and done having kids. So, the story goes that my aunt convinced her to keep the baby, and that baby was me. My dad was excited to have a baby. I was his first child, and I'm his only child to this day. But my mom was upset, and she went to her doctor because she had her tubes tied and everything, and it had gotten so bad that he just ended up giving her a check to get an abortion with me. So as a little girl, I tried to rationalize this. I tried to tell myself that she was overwhelmed. I tried to tell myself that at least my aunt wanted me, or at least my dad was excited to have me. But make no mistake that my first memories of my worth were shaped by feeling like an unwanted mistake. I didn't realize how much I was affected by, feelings of being unwanted, how that connected to my story of how I entered the world until I was deep into my shadow work journey. And now I can say I'm healed from it. But back then, I was just coping. I was just telling everybody what they wanted to hear. Like, no, it don't bother me that, I wasn't wanted, or all the trauma stories that I heard about, the sadness my mom went through when she was pregnant with me. I can talk about it now and with honesty say that I have healed past that and still can acknowledge that, yes, it affected and shaped how I moved as a child and into adulthood and into how I value myself as a woman. But back then, I was just saying whatever they wanted to hear to make everybody comfortable. So when I would hear those stories, it would be like, oh no, I understand what mom was going through, but I didn't understand what I was going through at the time. So this journey is real, y'all, and I'm grateful for it. With all that being said, I was always a sensitive and imaginative kid. I would go outside. I was a mud pie making, double dutch jumping, hide and seek playing, imaginary friend having kids. That was me. So that brings me up to Barney. I had a low-key obsession with Barney, y'all. When I tell you, Barney was my joy. I had the dolls, the pajamas. I talked to my talking Barney doll. I played with him, dreamed with him. He was like my best friend at the time. He gave me a place to feel normal, to create, to imagine, and to be sensitive without shame. Barney gave me a place to dream big. If you watched Barney, you know what it was. Barney low key was the first thing that taught me how to manifest. You know what I'm saying? How to think outside, but I couldn't cling to that too long because my siblings and my cousins would drag me for loving Barney. And I know it just sounds like kids being kids, but no, y'all, it was deep, for me, and my story is mine and yours is yours. You may not think it was that deep, but for me, like, they took my joy away because they shamed me for enjoying something that a kid my age was supposed to enjoy. And they took that from me. My cousins and my siblings teased me for loving Barney so much, to one day when I wasn't even around, they threw him on top of the roof and they called him possessed. At the time, I didn't even know what that meant. All I knew is that the thing that made me feel safe, that made me feel like I can be myself, the thing that I, was into at the time was gone. And for mothers with small children, and you know how that is, if they have like a stuffed animal or whatever it is that they're attached to or into at the time. I think now, it used to be Paw Patrol. I think now it's, I forget the other thing the kids is into now. Somebody will tell me. Lord, it's a mess. Cocomelon. If somebody took your child's Cocomelon stuffy or whatever the case may be, you know what's going on. So it hurt me. All I knew was that my safe space, my favorite toy, was gone. That moment taught me something though, and I wish I didn't have to learn it so young. It taught me not everybody is going to be excited about the things that I'm excited about. Not everybody is going to join me in my joy. And unfortunately, I had to keep learning that lesson over and over again all the way into my 30s. But even now, I honor the little girl who found the joy in Barney, the one who dreamed big, who loved fully, and who dared to imagine more for herself. Because that little girl done taught me so much about the grown woman I am right now. So even when others didn't understand me, I found comfort in that. It was just amazing for me, and I reflect on that a lot. So if you can relate to my story, or if it's triggering memories of your own journey, I'll leave you with some affirmations. And I'll also suggest that you check out my inner child healing meditation. I'm going to link it down below, but you can also follow me on YouTube at Divinely Guided by Cosmic Harmony Candles and more. And I'll leave you with these affirmations before we part ways. These affirmations are tried and true for me. Everything that I share with you, trust me, I have used it as a tool on my own healing journey. The reason why I created these affirmations and meditations that I'll be linking is because when I was going through my shadow work, I found meditation videos and things like that, but it was never nothing specific towards what I was going through. So if you can relate, go ahead and check out the meditation below, but I will leave you with these affirmations for anyone who feel like they can relate to any inner child wounds that they may be working on healing. I was always meant to be here. I am safe to take up space. My joy is sacred. I honor the little me who dreamed, created, and loved deeply. Save this post for the days you need the reminder. Your joy is holy, your story is sacred, and your healing is possible. Remember, your story is your power, and your healing is your purpose. Thanks for letting me share my story with y'all. Have a good one. Until next time.